Hello and welcome to Rust Reviews, where we take a brief look at classic and forgotten games from our childhood and maybe the occasional modern one if we're feeling lucky. In today's first episode, does anyone remember those animated storybook games that Disney used to pump out? Oh god, did I write that? Because I sure as hell do. These games, while being simple little point and click games, were surprisingly fun, educational, and of course, clickable as heck. Look at me go! Seriously, the amount of detail they added into these games was simply incredible. There was so much to do, and because they were animated, you could click on pretty much anything and something would happen. Hell, one of their gimmicks was that you could change certain lines/dialogues for the narrator to read out loud, and that could be quite amusing in some parts. Would you believe that it was thanks to these little gems that I got into point and click games in the first place? Hell, it's one of the reasons that I picked up Monkey Island 3 because little 5-year-old me thought the animation style looked very similar. Also, two fun facts. It's mainly thanks to the release of the first title, The Lion King, and another game called Active Center Aladdin, Disney Software became Disney Interactive. And the Mulan animated storybook was the only animated storybook game to be released onto other consoles, but mainly on the original PlayStation. Now, Disney only produced 10 of these games, and sadly after the release of the second Winnie the Pooh game, they didn't produce any more, and from what I could find online, they were being made on very tight budgets and also had scheduling issues. Also, I think what didn't help their case was that the market for these types of games were already being held by the company behind Living Books. Love those games too, by the way, big fan of Rustbone. So sadly, Disney ended up pulling the plug on them and moved on to create other titles. However, I still think that these games hold up very well and still quite fun to play. Just a shame that we'll probably never see them being re-released digitally on modern consoles anytime soon. But you never know. Here's hoping.